fucking. Can you just press record?
I
Okay,
just did.
thanks.
You guys
A leaf blower?
Yeah.
having a conversation.
Yeah, I'm just getting blown by a leaf blower.
Yeah.
And it's got like 90,000 views. Just like entertain me. But like the other video was way more funny. It's little Johnny in a box.
Yeah.
No, let's just watch Nick get blown by a leaf blower.
Elliot was telling me she has that one prepped for post slickness. She'll be doing the one
Which
of us
one?
blowing each other by the pool.
Did you forget about that? Did you forget about that one?
I forgot. I was like,
Remember the title? That's the title I want.
Yeah.
Nick and Johnny blow each other by the pool.
Hell yeah.
We hand each other the leaf blower.
I totally forgot. My brain was like,
It was like
what
instant
the fuck?
Like, what did we shoot?
Yeah. I love it.
Hey, well, guys, welcome to the podcast. Hope it's 5 a.m. where you are listening.
Yeah.
Jesus. Anyways, it's Slickmas. When's this going live?
This?
Yeah.
This would probably go live next week. Unless you want it to go. We can go this one first.
Well, no. Well, what I'm asking is, if this goes live, how much more Slickmas is there? So what can we talk about?
Well, we can definitely talk about
Look at the calendar.
the giveaway. We're giving away an iPhone 15.
But when is that,
Brand new.
though?
We're choosing a winner on the 17th after Slickmas is done.
So when is this going live?
I'll put it live next week.
The 11th?
Yeah, so it'll go live.
Okay, so then
So we
the
can-
11th.
you can
so
talk
we
about
have,
everything.
so Johnny Slicks has a year's supply of.
After Action Body
Oh,
Wash.
dope.
Oh, that video is amazing. If
I haven't seen
today
it.
is December 11th and you're watching this, please go on Instagram and go watch the Johnny Slicks.
Is it good?
Yeah, man.
Who did it?
Who did that, Mario? Was that you or Mark?
Mark did it.
Mark.
But
dude,
what is it? Can you give like a little?
It's the coconut. We covered a 40-foot tarp.
Oh,
with
it's that
coconut
one
oil.
where you guys
Yeah.
fought with the
Yeah,
coconut oil.
You guys
Yeah.
did jujitsu in a little
In a
kiddie
pool? Hell yeah.
coconut oil, and we lathered each other with.
Okay.
It was a mess. Everybody's clothes are ruined.
I'm not going to say it was hot, but it's kind of hot.
So then tomorrow is free shipping all day for Johnny Slicks.
Yeah.
Then the next day is a
Yeah,
gift
but
card.
but they're supposed. This is like they get unrolled every day. Like nobody knows about them until they tune in and
Yeah.
sign
Well,
up.
you're on a podcast, bro. You get it's my fucking podcast. I make the rules.
Yeah, but this is Slickmas. They're supposed to sign up for text messages.
Bro,
Sign up for a text
only like 4 people listen to this podcast.
That's
You know what
not
I'm
true.
saying?
I don't think that's true.
That's not true.
So the 4 of you get the inside scoop. So we'll do free shipping. Just don't make this a reel and don't cut it out. So you have to listen to the podcast or watch the video for
Right.
it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And then what's after that? The gift card tier. What is that?
You're talking to the wrong cat.
Yeah, I don't know either. Do you know the gift card tier?
Hey, man, I'm just here to make
That's the
videos.
marketing.
Gift card
That's the
tier?
marketing department. Yeah.
I-
Gift card tier giveaway. I'm guessing there's multiple gift cards. Is my
Oh,
my guess.
yeah. If you spend $50,
Oh,
you
yeah.
get a $10 gift
See,
card.
he does know.
Well, yeah. I mean, I kind of pay attention to the meetings. If you spend $100, you get a $20 gift card. If you spend $150, you get a $50 gift card.
All right, there you go.
Yeah. That video is going to be good, too.
Door breacher
What's the
deal.
video?
That's with the Grinch customer service. And,
Oh, that was you?
yeah, it was me.
Yeah,
And
that
then
one's
the-
gonna be funny.
And then the door breacher deals.
Things are just getting marked down.
Dude, that
Massively
video.
marked
So
down.
on the 14th, the video of me and Dimitri,
Dimitri,
shooting.
yeah.
We get gel blasters and we shoot the Grinch. Maybe a little aggressively, Mario.
I'm excited to
Yes.
see that one. I really haven't seen any of these videos.
Oh, they're great. They're great. The team really pulled it out this year. Fuel hunt collab giveaway. I don't know.
I think we're actually doing another one with a toe hold as well.
Oh, flip flops.
Yeah,
Custom
yeah,
flip flops. Nice.
like gift cards and
And then, is there a drum roll? Do you have a drum roll?
Nobody want me doing? I could do it with.
Mario, why do you suck so bad?
I just don't. What do you load stuff on here for? You asked me for
do you have
random
the
sounds.
scream of a pterodactyl accessible?
See, that's exactly what I mean. It's like random sounds. You want me
I do that. I'm just like, I have a sound in my head, and I'm like, Mario, do you have this?
Right.
Did you have the sound of
you
two
don't? You
pieces of
suck.
Velcro scrubbing together? You just random
All right,
sounds.
so here we go. I'll do it.
Bam.
Johnny Slick's birthday.
Yeah.
No, not Johnny Slick. John Rush's birthday.
Yeah, my birthday.
He's 30 years old,
Yeah.
and so
On the 16th.
on the 16th, and it'll be a 30% discount.
Massive markdown. We don't do sales that big.
This will be the last one.
Yeah, we can't go anymore.
Yeah, I said we should do for my birthday, we should do 42% off for 1 hour at the time that I was born on my birthday.
That's a good idea.
So it'd be 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. 42% off.
Hey man,
So you guys better ready. You guys better get ready.
I've seen people do a Black Friday sale where it's like literally like, who did it?
Pit Viper.
Pit Viper did like a minute, 60-second sale. 60 seconds.
And they sold out of everything.
Yeah, supposedly. I mean, I don't know.
It's kind of marketing genius.
Dude, think about that. Like somebody that, they sat at an executive table and it was like, maybe an hour. Like we chose like app exclusive as an hour. And then somebody was like, why don't we do 60 seconds? And then they went with
Bro, it takes you longer to go on the site and turn it on and turn it off.
No, but I think there's certain like parameters you can make it so you can preset your cart up. So people would go on the website, set their cart up, have cookies on,
refresh,
and then as soon as they get the email, they click it, get the code, and then check out. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you can like prep your cart for that 60 seconds before.
I wonder how many slicksters are out there that would just like,
I don't know,
that
man.
would set their alarm clock. They're probably still awake.
Yeah. It's probably just.
They don't even go to bed until 5
a.m.
Yeah. They're just like, well, before I go to bed, I'll check out.
There we go.
Just give me the code.
So that's Slickmas, guys.
Slickmas is rad. I love Slickmas.
It's fun. I honestly like Slickmas is more fun for me just because of all the content that the team creates.
Yeah.
Like it's like we do some creative stuff, but during Slickmas, it's like, I don't know, it just gets fun. I don't know. Have you been having fun making all those videos?
Yeah. I mean,
comparative like to the normal shit that we do.
Yeah, it's fun.
Johnny in the aisle, it's super entertaining. The balls one was good though. You have small balls.
Yeah, I like that one.
We got a lot of hate on that.
Whatever.
Speaking of hate,
God, you're gonna go there. You're gonna get me started. I already told you.
I feel like I'm the only one out of this here.
So Ali posted our before and afters of like way back when, and then more recent.
Yeah.
And bro, these dudes like destroyed her in the comments.
Envious. I don't even need to know the comments. They're just jealous.
But guys,
I bet you each one of them is fucking fat, bald, white ass skin. Haven't seen
Mario got a little heated and dug into some of them.
Why?
I just look at the comments and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, why are you fucking saying that? And then I realize the people who actually know how to work out and have discipline and consistency.
They don't have time to comment like that.
One, they don't have time to comment, but two, they know what it takes to get the exact.
Like that's impressive.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. They're like, fuck yeah, like that shit's legit. Yeah. And then you have people who are fat and fucking out of shape.
Yeah.
Oh, I like her before. Dude, shut the fuck up, you fat ass. Like, and go fucking hit the gym.
But no one,
dude, it's like
no one even cares what they like. Like
to be 100% fair, I have never. There's probably only one time that I was like, "Damn, babe, it's getting a little juicy here." but to be honest, like I don't even think that even like that picture, I was like, I mean, I don't know. You have love blinders on.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this: if the way she is now, compared to the way she was, fucking now 100% of the time,
dude, 100%.
Way more fun.
And what people also don't understand is they say, "Oh, she's starving herself to get."
Bro, she's eating 2,000 calories a day.
Shut the fuck up.
They don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
When she's probably eating so much protein to where she's like full all day.
Bro. I think she's at 2,050 calories right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there's chicks that are like, "Oh, I'm eating 1,200 and I can't lose weight."
Yeah, no shit.
Anyways.
I mean, Johnny, like
it sounds like you guys went down a rabbit hole.
Dude, I did. But the thing is too is like you got to a certain point too where you didn't like the way you were.
And he was at 230?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you fucking did and you did the hard work and consistency, and someone's going to be like, "Hey Johnny, I like you the way that you were. You like me fat and unhealthy?" You're just like, "Okay, cool, thanks, man."
I'm gonna keep doing me, man.
And that's the thing too. Is like
what they are. You're right. They're fat. They're balding. They haven't seen the sun in days. Their fucking wife left them because they're fat and ugly, and they fucking talk negativity. Like, there's nothing they know different, so they're just doing themselves.
And just so it's clear, Allie's not gonna fucking stop what she's doing, because I can guarantee half the guys who comment on there, if they were face to face, Allie would put them in a chokehold in fucking 3 seconds.
It's actually true. It's actually pretty funny. She probably could kick half those guys' ass.
She would fucking put you in an arm bar in 6 seconds.
But why expel the energy on that shit?
You mean them?
No, anybody.
I mean, yeah, I understand.
It's because of the world we live in. And the hard thing is like you can say it doesn't affect you, but like you put something out there, you work really hard, and then like you just get smashed in the comments by a bunch of douchebags.
Yeah,
it's still like fuck.
I've seen
dude.
the Johnny in the Aisles. They like I'm not saying they're different, but they are in a different field. Like I get my intelligence affected. Like people are fucking.
They call you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about.
I don't have any research. Like there's a ton of, and I'm pretty secured in my knowledge. I know what I'm talking about.
It's pretty like I think at one point you said. Because somebody's like, none of that's found. Where's the statistics? And you were like, well, I think you were nicer about it. But my version of response to that would have been like, Google, motherfucker.
Yeah, but this is.
But I think you said shampoo lawsuit. Just Google shampoo lawsuit.
Yeah, just like when I was like researching and doing everything, all I did was Google things, and I did my own research. Like you call it YouTube University. Like I didn't reach out to people and ask for their
all
knowledge.
the lawsuits are public.
Everything I know is public. I didn't go to some secret library.
Remember when we were in school? I just immediately my brain wanted to go down another tangent of
school.
Just people complaining about not enough time and I can't do this, and I'm like, or people that are like, I have to go to school so I can't work. I'm like, you and I worked.
We built the
triple full time.
Built the business while doing it.
Yeah, we built a 7-figure business while going to school. We didn't have a Sunday off. Like we worked pretty much 6 days a week, and then on Sunday we would do school.
And Allie and Rebecca would go for bike rides.
Yeah,
and enjoy the
for
day.
3 years, bro.
Yeah,
3 fucking years.
I was upstairs, you were downstairs.
Yeah,
you're like, how's your classes going? You're like, they fucking suck. Like this teacher's crazy, bro.
Anyways, but I don't have enough time. Give me a fucking break, dude.
Nobody has enough time. Like there isn't. No, what are you talking about?
But one of my classes I actually did. I had to do a paper. I think we used it for work as well. As it was Old Spice. It was Old Spice.
You're talking about the lawsuits?
Yeah, I think it was Right Guard, or Procter and Gamble, and there was another one.
It might have been Sunscreen.
Yes, it was Sunscreen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to write a paper on the class action lawsuits because it was a legal class for my master's.
How much data is just there.
Yeah. So it was for my master's, my business and master's, and talking about class action lawsuits on the legal class. And
I had to do something like that, but I had to do it internal. Like, what if we got a lawsuit for broken glass? I had to do the same thing.
Yeah.
But it was like in a different.
But I used it as an opportunity to get more data on essentially competitors of what they're doing and the reasons why they're doing it. And it was wild, dude.
Yeah.
And that's when I found out that, and we've made videos about this. We've probably talked about this on the podcast before, but Johnson & Johnson, 40% of their revenue comes from treating basically a certain type of cancer. That is a type of skin cancer. Mm-hmm. And their sunscreen was the thing causing that skin cancer, and they knew. Yeah. So they were selling. I think you were saying that's like they sell the disease, and then they also sell the cure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Some evil shit, bro.
And we say thank you, and then we put it on our kids.
Yeah.
I don't know why you can't walk straight. I can't read yet. Like it's wild. Like the chemicals, how they absorb into the skin, and there's a ton of a ton of people, and that's one of the comments. They're like, skin doesn't absorb. You know, the whole skeletal muscle system, they say that's the largest organ. It depends on who you talk to. Most people will say like, blah, 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 blah. But the skin is such a huge organ. It literally covers all of our body, and it's like a sponge.
It's just getting exposed to everything all the time.
Everything. Your skin is damaged by the sun, but the sun helps with certain types of vitamins. So it's like you have to take some, pick your poison type thing. I'd rather go in the sun and get vitamin D than stay in my mom's basement. Do you know what I mean? Like, you pick one over the other.
Yeah, so the guys, it's crazy, like the health nuts, like the super health nuts, they all look so healthy all the time.
Dude, did you see like the people in charge of making the medical decisions in this country? You see what they look like? Like they haven't seen the sun in years.
The health ministers.
Like the fat ripples overlapping. It's nuts, man. And they're making health decisions.
I don't know, man. I feel like we're living it's a cross between Idiocracy, which I didn't know about that movie until John showed that to me.
You're welcome.
So they were like him and Rebecca were laughing, and to me, I felt like I was watching a horror movie. But this was just when we watched it a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. It's the first time I'd ever seen it.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and everybody's laughing, and I'm just like this.
Terry Crews was in it.
I'm like, bro, how accurate is this? This is so fucking scary.
Yeah.
It was so scary.
Who made King of the Hill? Who made that show?
I don't know, Mario. You're supposed to know this stuff.
Can you Google that real quick? Because he wrote Idiocracy.
Yeah, because I was actually looking up Idiocracy. I've never even heard of that movie.
You haven't seen it, bro?
Seen it?
Go watch it. Go watch Idiocracy.
It's crazy, bro.
It's literally now.
So it
not literally.
I feel like I feel like all of that is a cross between Idiocracy and WALL-E. Like we're living out WALL-E and
well, dude, there was a scene in
Idiocracy.
WALL-E when all the fat guys are what do they move to Mars or something?
Oh, they're on a spaceship.
They're on they're floating in space because there's no land yet. And they sent that robot to find
plants
Yeah,
to
right,
see if Earth could go.
So
you go back.
there's that one scene where all the fat guys are rolling around their chairs and they get a notification that red is the new blue or something like that,
Yeah.
and they all change their
They,
outfits.
like push the button.
Bro, is that not now? Like, is that not now? That's nuts, man. Like, this is in. These are the seasonal colors, and everybody's wearing like shit brown now. It's wild. Like, you just like, boom, and everybody changes.
And you just drink your Slurpee all the time.
Yeah, and you just kind of go with it. It's wild. So it's like, granted, you could probably say that in the 1920s with something, but like you talk about Idiocracy and WALL-E, like shit's real, man. It's like,
and I can see how Idiocracy would have been funny when it came out.
which is what he said in an interview. He talked about that. He's like, I didn't mean for
That was you that told me that.
Yeah. He said it was a humorous thing. They thought it would take 40 years for that to actually come to fruition, and he's like, I didn't mean to fast forward the time, but it seems like the movie is becoming real life, and now it's a documentary. Like literally, just a simple fact. They're watching a show called Ow My Balls, right? And where the guys just get hit in the balls and everyone laughs, and it's the same dude. Like, bro, go on TikTok and show me the most trending things and how that is not similar. It's nuts, man. Yeah. The healthcare system, when he pulls out the two things, he's like, put this one in your mouth, put this one in your butt. And he's like, wait, hold on. This one in your mouth, this one in your butt. Like, bro, like that shit's fun. It's funny, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of scary at the same time because it's like, I don't know. They make fun of him for speaking English because he speaks like a girl or speaks like a woman or something like that. He speaks too clearly and fluently.
Like,
They made fun of electrolytes. It's what plants crave. They switch away from water. Bro, there was a literal lawsuit from Gatorade that happened to Gatorade because they had science that said Gatorade is healthier than water. And now, today, if you go on YouTube, just look up YouTube milk.
yeah.
Remember I showed you? They're saying milk is better than water.
Yeah.
Bro, are you... What? Like, what are you talking about, bro? So it is coming. It's coming. Which is where you're talking about it's a horror movie. But
I just was there with my mouth open going, this is fucking terrifying.
yeah,
for our
Hardee's
country.
Carl's Jr. runs
Well,
the
I mean, you
world.
look at it. Look what we're doing. They're like, take this jab. We'll give you French fries.
Yeah.
Was that
We'll
guy?
give you money to get
Oh,
shoes,
the
too.
free burger.
Yeah, was that New York or Jersey or something
Dude,
like
something
that?
It must have
Yeah.
been one of
It was
them, one of them.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're like, take this jab that's going to stop your heart, but
was
we'll
e-
give you French fries.
He was eating the fries.
Yeah, he
dude,
was
and I was
eating
like,
the
dude, it makes me
fries
wanna
while-
throw up.
Yeah. But what's crazy is like people are like, okay, I'm on.
Yeah. Oh shit, free fries?
Yeah.
Free burger? Okay. Got you.
Give me two.
Yeah, I'll take two.
I'll take one on each
One
arm.
on each arm, baby. Let's go.
God, it's so frightening, man.
Yeah.
Like when I saw all that happening, I mean, obviously we've talked about that a lot. When I saw, it, I was like, this is not for me. This is not for Nick.
Yeah.
This is not the play that I'm running. So I don't know.
But I also wonder about like ancient Romans, like what kind of stuff were they dealing with? Because like things come and they go and they come.
Yeah,
and
they
go, and
repeat.
it's, like,
History
on
repeats.
repeat. So like,
History repeats itself.
what was unrolling in their society that most of the people were like sheep? You know what I mean? Like Julius Caesar's.
Well, there was
around.
always something going on. I mean, that's how the Colosseum was built.
Yeah.
I mean, it was modern day football, right?
Yeah.
It's like, look at this, be distracted with
over here.
the show over here while, politics and, war and government's doing their thing over here.
Yeah.
And taxes, and don't pay attention.
Yeah.
Don't pay attention to the.
And there were people out there on like literal soapboxes that were like, listen to what's
They were
going
crazy.
on.
Yeah, they were
nuts.
they were
Yeah.
crazy. They were the crazy people.
So I just wonder about what stressors they were considering.
So I was at dinner with my mom. Speaking of Roman Empire, I was at dinner with my mom, and she like brought up this was family dinner at the house. She goes, Nick, how much do you think about the Roman Empire?
That was a question. It was like a trending thing too.
What do you mean?
Like people were asking like if your testosterone's high or if you're like more of a masculine man.
Yeah, I didn't
Like,
realize
you
it.
think about
So
it.
SNL just did a whole skit on this.
Yeah.
With fish.
Give me some context.
With fish. Hold on. I'm gonna.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go
ahead.
Mario interrupted me.
Sorry.
Shut the fuck up, Mario. So she asked me just like point blank. She goes, Nick, how much do you think about the Roman Empire? And I was kind of taken back. I was like actually quite a bit. Like, you just think about the Roman Empire. I'm like, yeah. Like think about, what they
I
did.
just randomly brought it up. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I
So
get it.
so she goes, apparently there's this thing where men, like masculine men, think about the Roman Empire regularly, like maybe a couple times a day.
Okay.
And I go, yeah, actually I do. And she's like, what do you think about? I'm like, well, like politics and armies and
philosophy,
conquering and philosophy and like how it fell and
Yeah.
what was the steps that lead it to fail. And it just randomly pops in my head. She goes, apparently that's a thing for men. So it was, and apparently I guess people started asking that question, and they made a skit on it on SNL about it.
I gotta watch it. That's funny.
Yeah. So do you randomly think about the Roman Empire?
I do.
Yeah.
But I read Stoic stuff, so I read a ton.
That's true.
Like I'm always into that kind of stuff. I mean, I read about Genghis Khan too, but I'm not like, you know what I mean? I'm not going out there like pillaging. And
but it's I like
generations
a lot of the Genghis Khan stuff too, especially obviously for wars and
so
conquering.
many lessons.
Yeah, there's a lot of lessons there, but for some reason the Roman Empire does come onto my mind a little bit more than anything else.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of strange. I was like, wow, actually that's a thing.
I wonder if that's like just like.
So when she asked me, I started asking other dudes. I'm like, do you randomly think about the Roman Empire? And they pause and they go, actually,
Can you ask
your
cousin? Can you ask your cousin if he
Little Nick?
Yeah.
I guarantee.
I would wonder if it's a cultural thing because our culture learned so much from that. I wonder if it's like if you ask like an African dude, he's gonna be like, no, I don't even know what that. You know what I mean?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, he's gonna be like, I think about tribal, whatever, like something that's along with their lines of their society and culture.
He was active 1 hour ago.
Okay, but a lot of our society is like we learned a lot about that time frame, so I would see us thinking about it because we can try to change or take lessons. It's kind of the point.
I said, hey, Malacca.
Yeah. I guess, but in a sense too, it's like I think about more of the Stoic stuff, and that's what I appreciate about you too, because like even like I'm like I get fired up about stuff, and you're like, why? Like there's nothing you can do about them.
Dude, trust me, I get triggered very easily.
Yeah, but it's more of like the more you dig deep into the Stoic philosophy, the easier it is to control it.
Yeah, because that's all you have is control of your awareness of it. Yeah,
so
and we feed, and the grass grows where we water it, type thing. So like, no, I get it. Yeah. Now you get triggered all the time, but it's a matter of like, am I going to put my energy into it, or
I'm going to trip if he says yes.
Dude, that'd be hilarious.
For context, this is my cousin from Greece, so I'm just curious to know. If,
I'm curious.
If it's international.
Yeah. Because there has to be some sort of connection between stuff. I didn't know that was a trending thing. I didn't.
Yeah, people were going around. I think Alex asked me one time. I was like, yeah, sometimes.
Bro, we talked about it in barber school.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a part of our society.
Right.
We did it specifically because of haircut. Because there were rulers that forced their people to get haircuts.
He said, he goes, you ready for this answer?
Yeah.
He goes, no, why would I do that? They stole everything from the Spartans.
Okay.
Got it.
Which is very true. Their style of fighting, the phalanx, everything, that's how, but they had the numbers, and that's how that's essentially how Sparta
fell. Yeah.
Anyways.
So he does think about them, just not in that.
Yeah, I guess he does in a way, right?
I mean,
I guess he does.
Whim right there, yeah. That's funny.
I'll send him a quick picture.
That's funny.
How do I flip the camera? Oh, there we go. We're doing it.
I'm out of this picture, guys. Sorry.
You're not in the picture.
I can't even see you, Mario, to be honest. You're like behind this light.
And yeah, the light's like shining in your eyes.
Yeah. It's like a blur over there.
Yeah. I like how you just like attempt to look though.
I'm trying.
Like we're making contact, but
yeah, I can see like your left eye a little bit.
What was the question you asked me about Idiocracy? Who made it?
Yeah, what was the guy? The
director?
Yeah.
Mike Judge.
Yeah. Yeah, he did an interview where he talked about how he apologized for making that movie because of how real it became. Yeah.
Yeah.
All because of that?
I mean, we can't trace it back to that, but he made it before like our society took that turn.
What's your take on why we're heading that direction?
Oh, you really want to know transparently? The jab? I think
I mean, it was happening way before that, though.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, vaccinations in general, then.
I think it's more than that. But you have a
you
strong.
Want my take or you want your take?
No.
You asked him.
So,
bro, it's our school system. It's our inability to adapt to what's going on in the world. But I do think vaccinations are speeding up the process of making people more intelligent.
Mario, can you pull up like an infograph on vaccinations in the 80s versus current. It's pretty wild. But I think there is a point. You said, I remember, I don't want to quote you on this. He said something about that. He thinks that the jab
lowers intelligence. I think it kills brain cells. I don't know any studies, just from
this is just your opinion. This is John's opinion.
Going out into the world around the time
this is my personal experience.
Man, people stopped helping each other. They stopped thinking for themselves. I see more people watching TV while driving than ever. People are making more stupid decisions and less caring about each other after that happened. And I'm sure there's other ways about it, but it's literally people like whatever was in that thing is like causing people to just like not think anymore. Their inability to think. It might be clouding their decision making, the frontal lobe of their brain. Maybe, I don't know.
Little Nick said, "Tell them the truth. They have good pasta and pizza, but the military tactics, they were jealous."
All right, tell them the truth, man.
Anyways, yeah, I can see that, but obviously I think that it was a much bigger plan of control. From a like a systemic issue with the government, big corporations that have their finger on the pulse of everything, and they can manipulate the government, they can manipulate society. And it comes down to this, if you look at this vaccinations, you look at business, you look at oil, it just comes down to profits. Like the more that we can dumb the people down, obviously the increase in technology with, the invention of the internet and then invention of social media, being able to plug your brain into the matrix and just, they want you plugged in. They want you just, numb, and they want your perception. They want to control your perception of reality. Your
awareness, which is the only thing we have.
Right.
You don't have anything else.
And I think that over the period of decades, multiple decades.
Probably trace it back to one thing, honestly, and I think you'll agree.
What?
Pharmaceutical.
Yeah.
I think before that, people thought for themselves. Yeah. And as soon as pharmaceutical got
if you know the story of the Rockefellers and what he did with plant medicine and how
they had one of two options and they chose pharmaceutical and not plant. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was designed, right? They controlled the narrative on plant medicine. And I'm not talking about drugs. I'm talking about legitimately herbs and things remedies that we used prior to the pharmaceutical industry.
Honey.
And he basically hired his own doctors and wrote a bunch of white papers of how all that stuff is witch stuff. And he sent his people overseas, and they modeled what they were using to create it in a synthetic form, and off to the races we go.
80% of the oil industry. And,
and then as to your point, school system. Yeah. So they modeled the school system after oppression. Yeah. Oh my God. After a Prussian indoctrination system for the military. Yeah. And boom, what do we have? The public school system for America.
Speaking of the school system real quick, you know what's wild?
Yeah, so before you say that, John and I got the opportunity to go speak to 3 classes of high school
seniors. Yeah.
High school seniors.
Yeah. All doing something, trade, college,
different things,
job, military.
So we talked for about 90 minutes, something like
that. Yeah. And they had some decent questions.
I was
good. Impressed by the questions. I was not impressed, however, at the parents' inability to dress their kids. What the fuck, dude?
It was a big deal.
Like, it must have been pajama
I
day.
wanted to no. That's just the way it is now,
bro. Like, you wake up and they still have crusties in their eyes, bro. Their hair's not combed. Like, what?
These are high school kids.
You're about to go out into the real world, and no one told you that you have to dress up. Like, you're in pajamas.
That's not even dress up. That's like, let's just get dressed for the
Slippers, day. But that's the thing. Like, they're still in that morning mindset.
Mark was like taken back too.
Yeah, dude. I texted him last night. I was like, dude, thanks for coming to the school last night. Kids nowadays, why do they all look homeless? I don't know, but they're going out into the world like this, and it's unfortunate because they're the ones that are going to build the world that you and I want to see. Yeah, I texted him last night, and he was like, yeah, dude, I don't know, kids.
That's crazy.
But
bro, they were all in pajamas.
All pajamas, all of them.
I'd say 95% were in pajamas.
Like those fucking checkered ones.
Yep. Plaid with
like shit you wake up on Christmas morning and have coffee in.
Well, I mean, a lot of fucking people work out in that shit too. It's like they just go to school, they go to the gym, they go to sleep.
It's not even a physical thing. Like, you can wear pajamas and be a highly successful person.
Sure.
But the odds of that happening are very low because you carry yourself differently. So if you wake up and you don't change your pajamas and you go out into the world, Bro, think about how you're going to be sluggish. You're going to be thinking about like, oh, I just woke up.
Tell them about your theory of posture and
posture?
the way that people carry themselves versus.
So like all of us nowadays can picture our grandfathers fucking G's, right? All of our granddads were like working, you know what I mean? And it's because they got up in the morning earlier than everybody else, and they put on suits that corrected their posture. It made their chest stick out. It made their
you
head
can't
up.
really slouch.
You can't.
Yeah,
we
like
wore
all
dress
fitted.
blues.
It's all
like,
fitted.
Can you slouch
Yeah.
in dress blues? Like you
No,
can't
bro.
lower your chin, bro.
Yeah.
And that's a confidence thing. Like if you're wearing a hoodie and pajamas and you're just hunched over like this all day, are you gonna conquer anything? You can't even conquer yourself, bro. Like you're dragging ass. So like when people got up and they put suits on that were fitted to their bodies, it had purpose.
Right.
The suit had purpose, so the person carried purpose. And if your clothes don't have purpose, they don't even have elastic anymore. Like there's one size fits all pajamas. Like that's like, what are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense at all. But it's just like,
But I remember my grandfather, both my woke up and put suits on, and they wore that shit. Oh, that's what they wore, unless they were working, so like manual labor.
Yeah.
Then they had a different outfit. But even then, it was fitted. It wasn't just big baggy pajamas.
Yeah, it had
You know?
purpose. Like
Yeah.
it was like threaded with purpose and
Yep.
fitted, and they carried themselves that way, and that's how they won. And then nowadays we're like, oh, just be comfortable. Like, bro, that's fucking disgusting.
Chasing comfort.
Yeah, and it's like cool pajamas. Even like big companies like Lululemon, like they make fitted things. Like kind of, I'm wearing one right now, but even this is not like this has no pot. This does not correct my posture at all. It's up to me to fix my posture. I just use the clothes to wear them. You know what I mean? So it's like,
But you put a fitted suit on.
yeah, like go look at any Marine in uniform. Like, is it them or is it the uniform that's correcting that posture? Like you can't, you physically. I remember I couldn't even lower. I get razor burn here before Johnny Slicks.
Yeah.
And it would literally choke me. And if I moved, it would get bloody and stuff because you can't move. You're stuck like this. But like, look at what I'm doing. Like my nose is up. I'm looking out into the world. I'm ready.
Shoulders are back.
Your chest is out, and I'm like ready for something.
Yeah.
Forcefully. And then it fixed your posture like that. So when I took it off, I'm like still stuck like that.
Yeah, you carried yourself differently.
Yeah. Nowadays it's wild. But I wanted to say too, yesterday in the school, it's funny. They take, you ever see a prison bus? It's just a school bus painted white, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, no seatbelts. Actually, I think prisoners get seatbelts on their school buses.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. I don't know, but I think it's more or less they don't want the prisoners to get out or something like that. But we don't give seatbelts to. If you Google this, anybody, I challenge you, Google why do school buses not have seatbelts? They say it's safer to not have seatbelts because if the bus gets into a wreck, the seats will cushion the blow for the kids. Like, everybody been in a car accident before? Like, you just become a bowling ball. Like,
Yeah.
You just go around. Like, but they literally say it's safer. And you tell me it's not about money. It's wild. But the similarities between our prison system and our school system are so eerily the same that
I say the military as well.
The military, everything around that. And then we talk about like why the school system was designed the way it was and why the prison system was designed the way it was, you know, and it all comes down to the military and having young people prepared to join the military and do what they're told.
Follow orders. Just
All of the governmental systems are set up that way.
Control.
And we put our kids at 5 years old into the prison system, the public school system, and we expect them to perform in the world.
Yeah.
It's nuts. It's absolutely wild. And we were in the school, was that yesterday?
It was this morning.
Time is wild. We were in there yesterday morning, and as soon as we like got let in, you know, like it smelled like it. The lockers, the doors are like paint's chipping off and stuff. And I'm like, God.
Did you have that kind of school when you went to school?
No.
No.
I was Jersey, you know. Central Jersey.
I mean, I know that it's changed a lot since the 80s and 90s, you know. But when I went to school, bro, you just walked on.
Yeah.
When I went to I went back to Florida and visited Panama City. I drove by Bay High, Stay High. Mm-hmm. Some of you guys, the four of you guys listening, maybe one of you guys know what I'm talking about. Bro, it's got like gates.
It's locked down.
It's wholly locked down now.
They literally are asking prison guards to come work at school systems.
That's crazy.
It's
dude.
nuts.
Yeah,
man.
it used to be completely open. I remember guys would walk in this is just the way it was. A guy would pop his head in the classroom, like the class was about to start. Like I'm sitting at my desk. A friend of mine would pop his head in. Teacher's up there. He's like, "Nick, the surf's up." And I'd be like, "Mm-hmm." Grab my bag and walk right the fuck out of the class. The teacher's standing right there, and like
That's
just the way. And we just walk off the campus, go get in a car, and leave.
You go to the beach.
Yeah, go to the beach. Surf's up, man. We're out of here.
Yeah.
And bro, like now, like there's none of that.
No, now there's like schools get bomb threats once a week. Some schools.
Yeah, well,
like,
you heard
like
that
crazy.
last year. Last year
they had 4.
4,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, 4 between bombs and shooting.
Bro, there's like, what's the population here?
I don't know about up there, but our little town is 2,500.
2,500.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's a crazy thing.
That's
man.
yeah.
And what's crazy too is this is like these are children, these are kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like they haven't even entered the real world. So like let's dive in real quick. Why would a kid threaten a school if we're not thinking it's a prison system? You know what I mean? Like what is going on there that's causing the kid? And then we can say like it's the kid's home and stuff, but these kids spend most of their time.
I mean, it's
at school.
That, and they have. Honestly, it's like they have too much time.
Too much.
Here's the deal. This is like what's happening. We're dumbing them down. We're not giving them responsibility. They've when I was able to get a license, it was early.
Yeah.
Now they make it very difficult for a youth to get a license.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, kids were driving when they were like 12, 13 years old. They were like, and some places they were getting a farm license. I think it was at 13.
Dude, I was driving pretty early.
Were you?
Yeah.
And like in some states, it's like 13, 14. You can get a farm license and you can drive the farm truck back to and from town.
Yeah.
But those young men acted differently because they had responsibility. Now it's like you said, wear pajamas. Don't do anything that doesn't make you unhappy. Don't do anything that makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
All right. Don't push responsibility on them too soon.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in Russia, I think Joe Rogan just posted that, or somebody did. There's like 5-year-olds doing ice baths in 55-gallon drums that were probably half filled with diesel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, like this is what we're doing to our kids in our country, and kids in Russia are like, smacking themselves with a belt and getting after it. You know what I mean? And the reality, like, oh, they're too young. No, they're not too young.
Define too young.
Yeah,
like is there like a standard somewhere that's this? Like,
well, I mean, not to brag about my son, but look at my son.
Right. Yeah.
Is he too young?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What's too young? Like,
if you give them the opportunity to be responsible and to grow and to learn and be mature, they will be that way.
Yeah. And what is the adult's job? To just oversee and then make sure that you learn from the lesson.
Teach them and prepare them.
Teach them. Yeah, that's it. You don't control them. You let them go and you let them go with it. Yeah. And, you can talk about brain development too, but like at the same time, like how does the brain develop? Through experience. It has to go and experience these things. If not, you're just like going based off of hearsay. And
I think that's I was having one of my coaching calls with one of my tier 1 Agoge clients, and I think there's a misconception that happens with leaders or parents to where we want to protect someone, right? And I was talking to them. There were business partners, and the older guy wasn't allowing his partner to stress out, like to not get overworked. Okay. He would constantly take things off his plate or make sure he didn't give too much to his plate because he wanted a good quality of life. He didn't want him to be overworked. He didn't want him to be stressed.
Yeah, that's nice.
Nice, right?
Nice guy.
So I got on there and I said, "Hey, man, we've been at this for just over a year. Over a year, have you been stressed at all?" He's like, "No." I said, "Have you been pushed at all?" He said, "No." So I looked at the other guy. I said, "See what I'm saying? Like, you're not helping him. You're hurting him.
Yeah.
Because he needs that stress. He needs to be pushed." Yeah. I said, he's not going to grow. He's 20. I think he's 25, 26 years old. It's like there's
prime of brain development.
Dude. It's like you're not allowing him. You're actually holding him back.
Yeah.
From growing, because he is never going to be like that stress inoculation, and that's one thing that I've
in my pocket.
Yeah, that's one thing I'll say I've ever done to you.
Well, thank you, I appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've probably stressed you out a lot, allowed you to be stressed quite a bit.
Yeah,
I know.
Maybe that's an understatement.
I switched cameras, just waiting for his face. I
didn't know how to respond. That's constant.
Yeah. But look how much you've grown in business and life in the last 6 years.
Yeah.
It's like, and I think you even like you've come to me like a couple times. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Figure it the fuck out. FIFO.
Yeah. FIFO. FIFO.
Figure it the fuck out.
Yeah.
FIFO?
Yeah.
FIFO.
Yeah.
FITFO? Whatever.
There's no T. It's just
Figure it,
FIFO.
Oh, the doesn't count as a word.
No, it doesn't count.
Figure
it's
it
a down.
out.
It's a down.
Oh,
Yeah.
a lowercase t?
Yeah, it's a
FIFO.
down.
Got it.
But that's what I've done, man. And the reason why is that like you are like you can speak from your point of view, but your ability to handle stress, your ability to conquer problems now is 100-fold what it was when you were 23 years old.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
You know, so as parents, it's like we want to protect our kids, but the reality is we need to allow them to fail. We need to allow them to hurt themselves.
That's
we need
not
to allow
realistic
them
either.
No, and what you have to prepare, by doing so, by allowing them to be stressed, within reason. Don't take this out of fucking context, weirdos.
No, there's a form of abuse.
Yeah,
and
sure.
There's a form of helping.
I was abused.
Right.
You know, so I know the difference. But there's also a form of coddling.
Yeah.
And it's like you're doing too much.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, you're gonna fall and scrape your knee.
Yeah.
And he falls and scrapes his knee. What did we learn?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you take that into the adult world or the teenage world. It's like, you guys, you have to allow them to have responsibility. You have to allow them to fail. You have to allow them to make their own mistakes, because that's the only way they're going to gain the experience.
Yeah.
A seasoned business owner has had a lot of failures
Yeah.
and had a lot of experiences.
A lot of scraped knees.
A lot of scraped knees.
Yeah.
That's why they're good. I've got a lot of failures. I got a lot of failed businesses. I got a lot of bankruptcies. This is why I'm successful.
Yeah.
Because I went through the fucking the gauntlet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Somebody said it. I forget who said it. They said they feel bad. It might have been Rockefeller. I don't know. I was reading Obstacles Way. It was in there, and it said I feel bad for the kid that has no stress during his childhood. If a child literally goes through hell, comes out a man at 13, and can conquer the world because of the abuse they went through. So like people who go through like the gauntlet young in life, sure, you can feel bad for them. I don't think they feel bad for themselves.
No, they're cut from a different cloth.
They're going to kill it, man.
Yeah.
They're going to go through life. And like, you can go into the villain hero story, because I really like how you talk about that. But like, if you don't have stress when you're young, stress is inevitable. It's inevitable. It doesn't matter what you do in life.
You won't be able to handle life.
You won't. You'll crumble.
You'll crumble. First, you're hit 18. You're like, the first time you've ever had to deal with a stressful problem, you'll fucking fall apart.
Yeah. And then what happens to that? Victim mentality, excuses, and then you become a statistic at the end of the day. That's fucking sad because you got coddled.
So let's talk about your second home, dude. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That was to happen today.
That happened today.
It was exciting.
It was exciting.
Was that when you sent me the picture? Is that at the house? You guys went and looked at it?
No, we were at the other house.
The other house?
Yeah.
Have you guys gone by the house yet?
Yeah. We went by there this morning. Did the final walkthrough, and we'll probably go by there later.
I want to go see it.
Yeah.
What's my schedule look like today?
Nothing's going on with it. Yeah.
We have a meeting at 4.
So.
Yeah, I'll go by after. I'll text you after the meeting.
Okay.
Check it out.
Yeah. Well, you better make it quick. We got dinner at 6. So.
I don't give a shit about your dinner.
Yeah.
Speaking of, motherfucker, you're supposed to text me that place.
What place? Oh, I thought I did.
You didn't.
I'm pretty sure I did.
I'm going to call you on your shit right now. Either that or I'm going to call me on my shit.
Yeah. Floriana's.
Is it a restaurant?
It's a restaurant in downtown Wilmington.
Mm.
It's by the water.
Nice.
Nice little Italian romantic place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I fucked up then. Sorry.
Your pay will be reflected.
Oh shit. Okay. I can't actually afford my second house now. See you guys.
No, it's just cool, man. I it's about choices. I don't know if you knew this, but so Mario, back when he was operating as a 5-0,
Yep.
as they say, up in Michigan.
The ops.
Yeah.
Sold
his
That's
house.
what the gangsters call it. Yeah.
Sold his house up there.
In Michigan.
Is that what the gangster? I thought the ops were like other gangs.
No, yeah, ops are like other yeah, but like
It's just like opponent, right?
Yeah, it's
like
your opponent. Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
This whole time I'm listening to 21 Savage, thinking he's talking about something else.
No, that's what he's talking about.
I'm white.
That's
WHIT. I don't know.
Yeah.
I grew up in Pennsylvania.
Central New Jersey, even worse.
Yeah.
But you sold your house, right?
The one in Michigan.
The one in Michigan.
Yeah.
Sold your house in Michigan.
I don't want to talk about
And then when you got the job offer here, you were gonna sell. You like your first like knee jerk reaction was to sell your house in Georgia.
it. Yeah.
And I was like,
I think that's most people. So
Yeah, but that's my point. That's my point.
We don't know. You don't know.
You can only have one house.
Yeah. That's what it is.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, your parent and I don't know if it was your parents or somebody else, but like you say, hey, we just bought a house, we're buying another. Like, didn't you just buy a house?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm probably gonna buy 15 more.
My dad came down for a visit, and we viewed a house and bought it that same day, and he was like, what the fuck? He's like, I've had the same house for 20 years, and I have 30 more in it.
Well, that's fine. I had the same house for 17 years.
That's cool.
I bought other houses.
Yeah.
Anyways, so you were gonna knee-jerk reaction. You were gonna sell your house.
Yep.
And I was like, no. Let me show you this thing called making money.
Right. Yeah.
And how long did it take?
Dude, I don't even know. I got here in probably maybe 2-3 months. I started making money on it.
Like less than that, I think.
mean, it was probably less than that. I have no idea. I feel like I've been here for a year already.
But you're already
It does feel like
you're already making money.
Yeah, I'm already making money on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was from like you knew nothing about it, like you
Yeah.
were completely ignorant on the topic, to now you're actually having cash flow, right?
Right. Yeah. That's actually. Thank you. Because like, what people don't understand is there's people around you like Nick and Johnny that can teach you things and can help you understand the things you don't know.
Yeah.
Just like that. I knew nothing about real estate. I know nothing. I mean, I still don't know shit about real estate, but I tell you what, though, it's easier than you think to fucking run an Airbnb.
Somebody convinced all of us that you can't do it.
Right. Somebody, yeah. Oh, well, yeah. The limiting factors that someone like just instilled in your brain. You have to fucking throw them away because it's the only way you're going to make
I'd
money.
get rid of those friends if I was you too.
Yeah, exactly. If your friends are telling you that you shouldn't run an Airbnb,
Don't start a business in this economy. It's dangerous.
Yeah, no, actually, no offense to him. I actually did have someone say, and I told him that because I was going to keep the house, and he was like, "Oh man, I don't know, the real estate market's pretty rough right now." I'm like, "Yeah, we'll figure it out." That's what I said. We'll figure it out. If shit happens, oh well. Like if
let's just wait for the perfect moment, real quick.
Exactly. So.
Can somebody tell me when that's going to be? Because I'd like to fucking know.
Well, remember,
I think everyone would like to
I was
know.
too young for the crash, but like that seemed like a pretty cool time. But even then, people were saying not to, right?
Bro,
like
I tell you
know
what,
I mean? It's never a good time,
I hope we have a crash right now.
right?
I'm fucking let it all. I've got a bunch of properties.
Yeah.
Let it all crash, bro.
Just don't sell at the time.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Like, you don't
let
have
it crash. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm gonna do? I'll in a few years when it comes out of it, I'll be rich as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I will fucking double down and I'll buy all that shit.
And all of that, what you're talking about, stems from fear.
Yeah.
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 It is.
Fear and unknowing.
It is,
Yeah.
but too, because like, love my parents to death too, but it comes a lot from that.
Yeah.
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 It
I told
does.
my mom that we're going to close on this property that we did, and then in 2 years we're going to do the same thing, or if not sooner.
Yeah.
If not sooner. And she was like, "Oh, Mario, like come on." I'm like,
Mine said the same thing.
No,
mine
but,
said no.
Yeah,
No.
Essentially, that's what she's saying, right? But she doesn't understand what she doesn't know. She doesn't know what she doesn't know.
Well, that becomes arrogant
Yeah,
when you refuse to learn it.
yeah,
Yeah.
So-
and you shut others down from doing it.
Right.
That's arrogant.
yeah. And man.
I love your parents too. I'm not by any means saying your parents are arrogant, but there is a certain point where you're like, I refuse to learn. Fuck that. I'm not doing it. No. That's called arrogance.
Not ignorance.
Not ignorance. Everybody's ignorant. I'm ignorant as fuck.
Yeah.
Everyone, until you ask a question and learn.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're actually ignorant until you figure out what
You
the
have
fuck
a
you're
decision.
doing.
You're ignorant. You ask a question. You become knowledgeable, and everyone knows knowledge is power.
Yep.
Or, well, actually, you said action is power.
Action
Knowledge
is
is the
power.
ammo, which I like a lot more too.
I like that too.
Or you become arrogant and just fucking not do anything. You fucking just shut down.
Yeah.
But anyways, you're gonna do it, and you're gonna working on your third property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about getting a house in Michigan. I told you about that, and
Guys, if you're a W-2 job, you're sitting on a gold mine. You don't even know it.
Yeah.
yeah. And
Really
I wish I would have obviously met somebody like Nick before I sold my house in Michigan.
You'd have been like Austin. What's his name? The 30-year-old with $24. Was it 30 million in real estate or
Carter.
24?
Oh, Austin. You're talking about Austin.
Austin.
Yeah.
120 million portfolio,
Dude,
right?
It's crazy. Yeah.
Is that what it is? 120?
I think so. Or 102.
He's got
I'm
commercial. He's got
dyslexic, I don't
commercial.
know.
Yeah, obviously a lot of commercial stuff, but I mean, it doesn't matter.
He
It's
started when he was 21. It's all he's ever
30
done.
now.
30 years
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
I'm like,
like fucking wild, dude.
and all he did was he's like, I just winged it.
Yeah.
I don't know. How'd you do it? I don't know. I winged it.
Yeah.
Figured it the fuck out.
A lot
Yeah.
of scraped knees.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lack of fear.
Yeah, man.
What's wild to me is he never took a loan. It's all been private money.
Something going on there.
No, man, that's
rad,
hard
dude.
money. Hard money.
But that's
loans,
communication, dude. Right? Like I'm sure he just started talking about it, and
Just talk
some
to
guy
people.
was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
I heard you talking about wanting money.
Yeah.
I can help. What you got going on? Let's sit down. You know what I mean?
It's just I talk about it at length, but I feel like nobody really gets it. But your network is your net worth. Who your friends are, who you surround yourself is what your outcome is going to be. If you got five fat friends, you're the sixth.
Yeah.
You got 5 friends that are millionaires, you're going to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
It's just like osmosis. It's just the way that it works. Like, get in the room with the right people.
Yeah.
Like we just got back from the Mansion Mastermind for real estate.
Yep.
It was real estate, but it was overall growth and business.
To me, it was life.
It was like life. Yeah. Life and how to make more money, right? How to become a really good person and how to make more money.
Success.
Yeah. And like, could you just like feel the vibration in that?
Yeah. It
of
was
like
high performing
individuals.
Yeah.
You're like, it makes you want to go like, dude, I need to get like, even me, listen to some of those guys. I'm like, fuck, I need to get my shit together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that rubs off on you. And the reality is people need to get in the right rooms. And if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong fucking room.
Yeah. I mean, right now I feel like in this room with you two, I feel I'm definitely not the smartest person in the room. But that's
Me neither.
good.
I'm not either. I'm just sitting here quietly listening to you guys.
but that's where you need to be. That's where you need to be.
I don't know, Mario. I don't know how to turn any of these cameras on anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Like everybody's knowledgeable, but I think it goes deeper. I think like obviously network is net worth, but I think you need to like communication is such a huge part. You could be in a room full of winners, and if you just sit in a corner and fucking keep to yourself, like nobody's going to know your problems. Nobody's going to know your aspirations. Nobody's going to know if you can help them or they can help you.
Ask the question, man.
Yeah, you just have to be transparent. Like with my acne, that's super embarrassing. Not saying these are two separate things, obviously, but they do stem from the same thing. Like I needed something in my life, so I surrounded myself with. I went around and yes, there were people that had the answer for my acne. I just didn't speak about it. So until I was like, I have acne issues, people were like, boom, 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 solution. And I had the network, but I didn't have like the question.
And how it's handled.
And as soon as I spoke about it, I passed off like my little insecurities about it, and now it's done. I'm good.
Yep.
I can move forward with my life, and now I have experience to help other people.
Yeah.
So I went from arrogant, I don't want to ask, to ignorant, I don't know what to do. I asked a question, got the knowledge, acted on it, now I'm good.
Yeah.
So now I can help other people.
Damn.
You can't just sit in a room and be quiet.
I think that's the biggest thing is like, and the next step is helping other people.
So yeah,
like
everything. Yeah.
Like you just,
And telling everybody that fucking the suicide rate for Accutane, bro. Nobody says shit about that. It's wild to me.
bro, that was crazy.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
I just like doing my little Google search, and I'm like,
They didn't say nothing.
nothing, bro.
What's the rate?
Too high. It's like 18,000 people a year or something, man.
Jesus Christ.
From this
it makes-
drug.
'cause it
I
makes you
felt it,
depressed.
man. Physically, I would wake up. He felt it from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super, make you super
The
depressed.
energy. Yeah.
I woke up and I'm like, I love all black, but like I fucking hated everything, bro. I couldn't find motivation. I couldn't find purpose. I couldn't find everything was just a black cloud. And I'm like, what is this from? Quick Google search, So being educated, but then going further and like telling people transparently what happened and not like holding information in. You know what I mean? Because when someone asks like, hey, I need an acne solution, I'm like, hey, Accutane worked for me. Just be wary, man, because this is a suicide rate. You know what I mean? Like, there's a dark side to it. You just have to be transparent. Like Austin, he bought how many houses? Now he has his portfolio. If he only told his highlight reel, people would be like, whoa, this guy is fucking God. But he's like, hey, I had a couple of lawsuits. I did that. And I don't know if that's true or not, but like, you got to tell the other side too. You got to tell the full thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The
Because that's like
failures.
true knowledge.
Well, that's
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
that's where all the learning goes.
Right. That's the tuition.
So speaking of that, I'm gonna just slide this little tip. The Entrepreneur Accelerator.
I was going to
I
say
was-
January
I was-
13th. I was going to say it, man.
I was gonna say like for people who need to be in a room like that, I was gonna say something about it because when you leave a room and the feeling that you have, you need to hold on to that feeling.
Yeah.
Because when I leave a room, and I was telling you on the way home back to the hotel when we were there, I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
He was texting me going, he's like, so he just did this and then made that much money. I'm like, yes, bro. That's what.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
They're neurons. They link in your brain, bro, and it's important to try to keep them. That's why I carry around a notebook to re-trigger those neurons.
So January 13th. We'll go backwards. We're bringing Kirk Weisler in. We kind of bring Kirk in like once a year just to do some teamwork stuff, team building.
We only need him once a year. I love Kirk. I would love to have him every day, but his aura.
Yeah.
Everything he does lasts.
It lasts for a time. Yeah. So he puts his mark. So he hit me up and he goes, and I had been wanting to do a entrepreneur course class presentation for a long time, and maybe whatever, my own fears or whatnot. So when he started talking about it, he's like, hey, let's do a podcast. We'll come out and do your team. He's like, what if we got 20 entrepreneurs together and we just kind of poured into them for a day? And I was like, and that was the kind of I was like, if he's asking, then it's time. Yeah. It's time. Yeah. So January 13th on a Saturday, we're launching our very first Entrepreneur Accelerator, where Kirk and I will tag team. And basically what I'm going to go over is my experience with team building, team management, scaling a 7-figure business, and really more importantly, talk about this last year, how we took a 5th year in business and had a 48% growth, and what it took to do that 48% growth, and how do you build a system like I did in special operations of accomplishing an objective and then working that back down to like a daily plan to where in a year you have, and that's all we've done here. Yeah. And we took our 5th year of business and we went fucking hard in the paint. I said, this is the goal. This is what we got to do daily. And we exceeded our goal. Yeah. We actually exceeded our goal. And then next year is going to be even next year we're breaking into 8 figures. I mean, it's freaking wild.
I did that video for you. We started with because if we break down the story, I came to you for help with Johnny Slicks and you said, give me $200. Right. And I was like, $200, like 2 zeros at the time behind it. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I got to go sell blood. I got to go sell a bunch of stuff. Yeah. But then we're talking about Johnny Slicks being acquired in the future for no less than 200 million. Mm-hmm. So like whatever the investment is, man, like it's tenfold. Yeah, you just have to put the work in. So I am really excited to see you do that for other entrepreneurs.
Yeah. So what I wanted to, this first one is going to be with Kirk Weisler, and the guy is literally taught Delta. He's taught Boeing. I mean, the list goes on. A bunch of Fortune 500 companies, to where on how to lead, how to work in a team, and then how to establish a really good culture. Which here at Johnny Slicks we have a really freaking good culture.
Yeah, and I love Kirk because he doesn't use like these, like you're talking about, like his background and all of these things. Like he doesn't use words that fit into those type of the dog poop initiative. You know what I mean? Like how many pages are in that? How many words are in that book?
Not many.
The message is wildly powerful.
Yeah. So that book is, the biggest purchaser of that book is Delta and Boeing. Right. It's part of their onboarding package.
Yeah, like
he has a children's book called The Dog Poop Initiative.
Yeah, he has like this high experience, but he speaks at this level that like everyone resonates, and it just like clicks. Doesn't matter who you are, where you're at. It's amazing. So for a select few of individuals that's coming to Holly Ridge, January 13th, the link is below, right? Below. Links below. Get registered, and it's gonna be a really impactful day. Yeah, you will leave. I promise you this, you will leave knowing exactly what to execute for the rest of the year. And you will exceed your goals in your business and in your life for the rest of the year. Yeah. And for you too, Tom was telling me yesterday, this dude's already doing the back plan for next year. Because I told him the goal sales for next year, and he's already figuring out what daily cook list needs.
He's not even scared anymore.
No, man, he's excited. Yeah. So it not only works, it exceeds.
It's not even works for their business. It's gonna trickle down to your employees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Wild. Super excited to do that, and it's been a long time coming, man. And that really kind of goes back to giving back. It's like, hey, we did this, we executed. I had all my failures. I filed my bankruptcy. I got through that, and then I started stacking wins. Yeah. Okay, well, how did you stack those wins? Share that experience with the world. You know, let those other people learn from that so they can excel and build, some enterprise, some interpersonal value, some enterprise value, and some internal value for them and theirs.
Yeah, essentially they're paying for your failures.
Yeah,
yeah.
So which I give away. Like I just want to, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
And like those failures probably, I mean, if you monetarily, you could probably say those failures were upwards in the millions, right? So to not go through that, you save decades of time. Yeah. You save millions of dollars. Like, it just isn't.
I mean, you're still going to make your own mistakes.
No, of course.
But like, don't make mine.
But then at the same time, if you are a true person and you don't want, like, there are a lot of people who need hard lessons. You know what I mean? Like they need to get hit in the face before they're like 4 times before they're like, okay, I'm going to stop going this way down the road, if you're somebody that can learn from someone else's mistakes, then you're way set for success. Because if they can learn off of your mistakes and learn to not make them, and they're still going to encounter their own, but they can learn how you went through your failures and how you passed through them, they can apply that
and gain that experience.
Stress is stress. Problems are problems.
Yes, sir.
It's a cut and dry science. So like if you can apply that type of learning to your problems, like fire, right? Fire is going to be fire. You have a fire extinguisher. There's only one way to put it out, right? And it's supposed to, get you out of your house. But like if you can apply that to this problem and not get overwhelmed by it, like that's just no brainer. You know what I mean? That's what saved me how much time? I don't know.
I mean, Johnny Slicks wouldn't have, without my failures.
Yeah.
Not Johnny Slicks is an amazing product, it's an amazing company, but without my failures, we would not have done what we've done so fast.
Yeah.
And it's only now I feel like it's like a snowball effect.
Yeah.
Now the compounding interest is starting to really. I don't know if you've ever seen a compounding interest graph. Have you ever seen that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like you have
look up Warren Buffett's net worth.
Oh yeah, on the graph,
the timeline.
Yeah.
Of his net worth.
So that's really what people need to understand as far as compounding interest and how it works and how it works in your life outside of money as well.
Yeah, of course.
It's like you have this period of time where it's just kind of trickling along, and then you hit this threshold where it just starts to go up. Did you find it?
You take your hands off and it's kind of still going.
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. And that's kind of, I feel like we're starting to hit where, for this business, other business, some other businesses that I have, they've already hit that and it's like going.
Yeah. Yep.
But for Johnny Slicks, I feel like we're at that curve where it's like, like you can kind of see where the snowball effect is going now.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to be talking about, the Entrepreneur Accelerator on January 13th right here in Holly Ridge, North Carolina.
Yep. Do you see the graph?
Yeah, I do.
It's nuts, right?
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it says age 19, he was worth 183,000. Wait, yeah, 183,000. And then by the time he was 26, it just like shot up. Obviously, there's like some years in between, but it went up and then it just keeps going up until.
You see him 60? You see like his 60 mark? Yeah.
60, he was like 7 billion.
Yeah. You see how it just like boom, boom, boom.
And it was
boom.
still going up. So it says age. In 2015, he was age 85. He was 72 billion.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It just goes. Yeah, it just goes.
Yeah.
And it compounds in a lot of different ways, right? So it's not just like interest rates.
Yeah.
But it's like the more you grow as a person, the more that you learn, talking about the experience.
Yeah.
That all of compounds either. So like the amount of mistakes that you do and the amount of right moves you do, your mistakes decrease.
Yeah.
And the amount of moves that you make increase. Yeah. Plus the deals that you play with increase.
Yeah.
So like you're playing with, $100 problems at 20, at 30 you're playing with $1,000 problems, at 40 you're playing with $100,000, at 50 you're playing with $1 million problems, at 60 you're playing with $1 billion problems.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And
so
the
that's
solution
why
is still the same. Like the obstacle is still there.
It's still the same.
It's just a different scale.
I was talking about that on the I literally said that on the Agoge call yesterday, the mentorship call. And one of the guys, he runs a $1 billion corporation that's in the Agoge. So we literally have like teenagers and homeless people, and then we have business owners that are operating in the 8-figure world in the Agoge. So we have a wide range of. So you're in the right room in the Agoge for sure. Yeah, but I was explaining that, and one of the guy that I'm talking about, he was like, "Yep," and I even called him out. I said, "Do you deal with the same problems that you dealt with when your business was making $150,000 a year?" And he goes, "Dude, it's the same exact thing.
Yeah,
it's just a different level.
Yeah,
it's just a bigger number, same problem."
When you have a problem, you have the same notebook you open up and read. It's the same thing. Yeah. It's just like
so you just need to learn. You just need to learn the solution, and then you can apply that solution across the board.
Yeah, every single time, and that's how like Elon Musk can tackle problems. Like you think the problems he's dealing with are different than the problems that somebody else is dealing with? Like they're the same.
Not even close.
They're just what I mean.
Same
like,
shit.
It's the same. They're all the same. But like to us, we don't have that experience. But if you were to ask him, he's like, yeah, I was dealing with the same problems 30 years ago. They were just smaller. I had less people on my team.
Yeah, right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Now I have more people to solve the problem.
Yeah, and the people are problems too.
Yeah.
That shit don't go away.
No, the more people you have, the more problems you're gonna have.
Yeah, so it's just a cookie cutter.
Like this guy over here.
Yeah, I know, right?
Dude, what a wreck. He's a wreck. He's a wreck over here.
This guy over here. Yeah.
So much trauma from being a cop.
Yeah, still getting over it.
All right, John. So what's next for you? What's 2024 look like for John Rush?
Man, the lab is going to be kicking.
No, for you personally.
That's my life. You're talking about the next 2024 goal? I'm living in the lab now, man.
Bro,
like,
you have to put a cot in there.
Yeah.
Did somebody put a cot in there?
I have a sofa. No, I have a sofa now. Yeah, it lays out like a futon. I specifically got it.
I was wondering when I heard through the grapevine that you put a futon in your office, and I was like, do I need to go talk to John? Is there an issue with Rebecca that I don't know about?
No. I just heard the goal. So I went on, and I bought it on discount sale. I was like, man, we got to save money for this goal. No. For me, we'll be buying another house in 2024, hopefully by the summer. And then we're starting up the podcast. Rebecca and I will be doing the podcast. So
It's going to be called
Be All In.
Do you have a launch date?
No, not yet. I actually got to get with Mario for gear. I'm gonna be buying Tom's gear.
Are you?
Yeah,
that's perfect.
Yeah, I know it works out. So I got to get with him. You had the idea of doing it in our back porch, so we'll be doing that, and then just talking about our life and our story and how we've our failures, our scraped knees, and how we've come.
Literally put your blood into your life.
Yeah. Somebody said to me, the more successful we become, the more disconnected we become to the people we're trying to influence. Which is true. So like if we sell for 200 million, or say we buy our 5th property, right? Like when we talk to people that were like Rebecca and I in our 20s, they're not going to. You're
not going to relate.
They're going to be like, "That's you. That's not me." And the older we get, the less we're going to remember about this story. Like Rebecca worked at Chuck E. Cheese for a manager who dropped Xanax on the carpet and forgot about it. Chuck E. Cheese, like these are kids walking around grabbing these pills, right? So like, if we don't tell these stories about being real human beings, people aren't going to believe us when we make it. Do you know what I mean? So,
well, you've already made it technically.
But you know what I mean. Like the more we make it, the more the wins we stack. People are
your perception of reality. There becomes a certain amount of success that you really just like. You just kind of forget about.
Yeah.
When you don't have to check your budget for groceries or gas or anything like that, it's like
people don't connect with that.
Yeah. I don't need a budget.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So when and even you reminded me when we were doing the Johnny Slick story version 2, you reminded me that my car got repoed. I was like, holy shit, I forgot about that shit. You know what I mean?
Like what, 2 or 3 months before we started.
Yeah. So like I had yeah, it was stressful. We went to Walgreens to pay it off too, because we had to find it was like 9 p.m. at night when it got taken. It was terrible, man. It was such a stressful thing. And I was like an egotistical dude, so I like didn't.
It was fun. It was actually funny. Like about a year in, I think I wanted to get a company credit card, and so I went to him and I was like, okay, let's get a company credit card, so that we can start doing, because we didn't run ads for a full year.
Yeah,
like, it was all organic for over a year.
Yeah.
Once it hit, I was like, let's hit a certain number of revenue, because it was all bootstrapped. Once we hit a certain amount of revenue and we have the capital, we'll just go into there. And I said, okay, let's get a credit card. And then we applied for it, and it was like, I was like, why the hell would it go? Why would we get denied?
Yeah.
And then we found out, it was repoed.
Yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, I had these charged off credit cards. My phone got turned off. My electric got turned off. Like all these things. But the older we get,
we figured it out.
Yeah. And the more successful we become, the less recognizable we're going to remember those people. So like we sold everything we had in our driveway for like we were selling shit for like $1.50 just to pay. I was picking up change in a parking lot of a gas station. So like if we don't tell that story and we don't relive that in the story, then we're going to forget it, and people are going to be like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And my whole point, I want to inspire people to follow and do what we did, not just to like take the leap and follow their dream, but to ask questions about like, why do I operate this way? Why do I think this way? Why do I think this is the only way? And I think that's like the main point.
Because then you start really peeling back the layers of your life, and you're like, this is why my perception is skewed.
Why can't my wife and I get along? Why do we argue about dinner? Like, let's peel that back. And you just start asking questions. And the bigger we get, like when we get our 5th property, people are going to be like, you don't know real life. You don't know. Yeah. But in reality, we do. We just need to tell the story. So that's what the podcast is going to be. We started with 1 a month. I don't want to overwhelm Rebecca with it. I want to start out a little bit slow, but I do think that, like her and I have some good conversations, and we flash back to our story when we lived in a trailer and all that stuff, and it went underwater, and the guy still expected payment even though they got flooded completely.
It was like poop up to like the door line.
Shit literally covered the house, and he was like, "No, pay me rent." Like people will be like, "Oh, that I feel that I resonate," And
right when Johnny Six was taken off too, it all happened.
Yeah. So like these are real things that happened. But if we don't tell the story, people aren't going to know, and then they're going to be like, "You guys are fucking disconnected, you know?
Yeah.
And that's not real. And that's not. I was watching Terry Crews yesterday, and he was talking about how when you stack a bunch of wins, it's good, but you cannot become the wins because you're inevitable to have some losses. And you're inevitable to become those losses.
Everybody has winning and losing seasons.
Yeah.
Like you'll go through a losing season, you're like, dang, but if you're in a losing season, a winning season's coming. If you're in a winning season, just so you know.
You just can't wear all the wins and become egotistical because eventually they're going to have some losses, and then you have to take those losses.
And if it's part of your identity, you'll have a whole other issue.
Exactly. Yeah. And all the people that
just be attached to the journey and the work. The outcome is what it is.
I think that's what it is. The work. It's putting in the work, showing up and doing the work. So
that's what I was saying about, everybody says knowledge is power, and I'm like, knowledge is one thing. Yeah. Knowledge is one thing, but the one thing that we have in this world these days is info obesity.
Knowledge is ammo.
All the info is there. Everybody has the info. You want to figure out real estate? It's right there.
Yeah, I mean, people are listening to this podcast,
right? But the problem is they'll have all the info.
Yeah,
they'll show up, they'll do the courses, they'll read the books, they'll listen to the podcast. But where's the actual execution? Where's the actual making moves?
Yeah,
where's the execution points in the week, in the day, in the month of actually like, oh wow, I look back and go, yep, I did this much every day, and now I'm this much ahead.
Yeah,
that's the problem is we're in a lack of execution.
And at the same time, like I'm a perfectionist, I should say I'm a recovering perfectionist.
Perfectionist. Yeah, you and Josh both.
Yeah, but like at a certain point, like if I'm gonna act when I get all of the knowledge, right? Like that's not a real thing. Like
that's like Mario with his first rental property.
Yeah,
he's like, well, I don't know the information. I'm like, no, we're just fucking doing it.
Yeah, you don't need all the information because you're gonna learn more anyway by doing it. Yeah, by hitting with your workouts. You showed that.
Yeah,
you're gonna fail the first couple times. That's the point.
Keep going.
Imagine an athlete winning every game and not having any losses. Like, is he really winning in life, or is he just winning trophies?
He's not pushing himself hard enough.
Right.
He's not playing against the right opponent.
How is he in here? Right. Yeah, exactly. So I think that showing up is one thing, but acting is doing you got to use that knowledge.
Yeah, that's why my screensaver says execution is everything.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
Like you can say whatever, but executing is a different story.
Yeah.
Got to make moves.
Yep.
Well, speaking of that, we're gonna go make moves. So stand by for the All In podcast.
Be all in.
Yeah.
Be all in.
All in is taken.
Is it?
Yeah, some church owns it. Yeah.
Okay.
Be all in.
Be all in. Yeah.
Be all in, and we're gonna get another property.
Yep.
And Johnny Slicks is going to the moon, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna get all these guys off that crap chemical products and get them in some American-made, veteran-owned, backed right here in the good old USAA products. That's what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Go buy fucking Johnny Slicks and support America. If you don't buy Johnny Slicks, you just told America, fuck you.
You ain't American. Talladega Nights, where he's like, if you don't chew Big Red, then fuck you.
We should do that.
Dude, I want you so bad.
Mario, we're doing that ad.
Doing it.
Yeah,
we're doing it.
Right. I just did an ad where I put beard oil on a door hinge.
That's good.
I'm good for
that. Actually works, though.
It does. The door is not squeaky anymore.
That actually works.
It's a security hazard now. It's too quiet.
So you guys stand by for that ad. If you see a Johnny Slicks ad, click on it. It says, if you don't buy Johnny Slicks, fuck you.
It should just be that, like 4-second ad.
That's
Bro,
That's
it
all
will
we need.
probably go fucking crazy.
Yeah. No, Meta will shut it down.
We can figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all right.
I'm down. I'll get the whole NASCAR suit. I'll do the whole thing.
Hell yeah.
I don't want to do that. I'll do it in the lab.
No, we're gonna put you in the suit.
Hey guys, listen. It's Slickmas. Go buy Johnny Slicks. Go sign up for the if you're a business owner or an entrepreneur and you just feel a little bit frustrated in life, you're not doing what you're gonna do, your team's not operating, you're just not crushing it the way that you should. Well, let's get signed up for the Accelerator. Hitting that ceiling. Come sign up and come hang out with me and Kirk for a day. It's gonna be good. John's gonna be there too. I'm gonna make him speak a little bit about his story.
I literally don't know what you're charging, but it's worth it.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what you're charging, but it's worth it.
I'm gonna back that. Say it's worth it.
There's
doesn't
no
matter
way
what it
it's
is.
not.
Thanks, guys. And I want to say I don't pay these guys, but
No, and I'm I know people are like, oh, well, you fucking work for them. Of course you're gonna say that. If I didn't work for them and I fucking paid to do the shit, whatever I had to do, it would be fucking worth it.
Yeah.
Because where I'm at right now, it wouldn't be without him.
Yeah.
Well, your stories are pretty wild too. Like you can't there's a lot of God in your story.
Something
the way that all played out. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, get signed up, guys, and then do me a favor, screenshot this podcast. There's a lot of good information in here. Go share this with your friends. Don't be the keeper of the badge or the information or etc. But tag John, tag Johnny Slicks, tag myself. We'll share it out as well. And then drop us a comment, leave us a review. Be a good American. The 4 of you.
Yeah.
The 4 of you listening. Other than that, guys, you know the deal, man. We never quit. We never surrender. And we always keep moving forward. Peace.
Wow.